What is one thing in Palia that makes you sigh every single time that you have to do it? We all have that one little thing in games that drives us crazy, or just a feature that feels like it should work better. And today, I want to talk about some of the quality of life changes that I would personally love to see added to Palia. Now, unfortunately, Singularity 6 will probably never see this video, but hey, you never know, right? Let's go ahead and get started. The first change on my list is something that I think all console players would appreciate: the ability to buy items in bulk. Not sure how this works on PC, but right now, if you need a large amount of items, you will have to sit there clicking the buy button over and over again. Need 100 items? Well, that's at least 5-10 clicks. It doesn't seem like a big deal at first, but when you're buying a lot of materials, it gets annoying very quick. And the simple solution is just add a quantity option, or buy them in stacks instead of singles. This may be a small change, but it would save a lot of players a lot of headache. Another area that I think needs some attention is the accomplishments menu. Have you looked at it lately? It's cluttered to no avail. One thing that stands out to me is that the weekly tasks are listed here, even though they already appear on the bulletin board and the featured guides. Because of that, I feel like they're unnecessary in the accomplishment section and just add more clutter than needed. But the bigger change I would like to see here is the hide completed accomplishments and track specific ones. For example, if you're trying to complete the fishing or bug catching achievements, it would be amazing to pin those goals so you can have easy access. Right now, you have to constantly open the menu just to check to see what fish or bug or any other items that you still need. A tracking system would make completing collections so much better. Another quality of life change that would save players a lot of time is improving the repair system. In Kill and Mode, you can simply use Go to repair your tools, but in other areas, you have to use repair kits. Personally, I can't remember the last time I even crafted a repair kit because I've almost always ended up traveling back and forth to Kill Mode to repair my tools. It would make more sense if every repair station worked the same way. No matter where you are, all of the repair ambles should have the same repair options available. Since the game has been really buggy lately, I've been playing on the PC versus the PlayStation. And one of the biggest differences that I noticed right off the bat is the field of view feels much tighter on the PC than it does on PlayStation. Whether there's actually a difference or not, I can't really tell. But honestly, every player has their own preference when it comes to camera distance. Some people like a closer view while other players prefer seeing their surroundings. Adding a simple field of view slider would be simple. Just a quality of life improvement that would give players more control over their experience. It's a feature that most games have nowadays, and I think Palia could benefit from as well. Speaking of customization, I think Palia could really use more UI options. Once you've been playing for a long time and your skills are over level 50 or higher, some parts of the interface become pretty much useless. For example, the focus meter isn't nearly as necessary once you've already progressed through your skills. The only reason to keep track of it at that point is if you're working towards the achievement for maybe like 100 levels. And that's perfectly fine. That's exactly why I think a UI customization would be such a great addition. If you want everything visible, keep everything visible. But if you want a cleaner screen, you should have that option as well. I know PC players already have the freedom to move certain UI elements around, and I would really like to see those options ported to consoles as well. When the Royal Highlands launched, one thing I really liked was the Amber ecosystem. The fact that you can explore, play the game, and naturally find these drops feels more rewarding. Because of that, I was really hoping Elderwood would eventually get a similar system. Instead of having to go and collect the essences separately, it would be nice if the creatures, activities, and Elderwood would naturally drop these as well. I know that you can get the infected ones, but all of them should be. It would make the area feel more rewarding and encourage players to explore instead of feeling like they are farming just for essences. Now, before we finish, I also wanted to share a quick channel update. We now have a channel membership available for $2.99. Right now, there is only one membership tier, and it comes with some badges and emojis. The reason I decided to keep it to just one affordable tier is because I never want anyone to feel like they have to pay to enjoy my content. I want everyone to be able to watch my videos and be part of this community. I know with the way things are right now, not everyone has extra money to spend, and that is completely understandable. The membership is simply an extra option for those who want to support the channel just a little bit more. All the proceeds for the membership will go directly back to the channel to help improve the content and continue making videos. Whether you become a member or you just subscribe, like my videos, leave comments, or simply just watch to enjoy my content, I appreciate every bit of the support. Now let's talk about what is probably my biggest complaint on the console is the aim assist. I don't know what happened to it, but Highlands has seemed to make it a lot worse. I'll be aiming directly at the creature that I want to hit, but all of a sudden my arrow flies over to the next creature standing nowhere in my view. Or sometimes a creature will just walk into your view and steals the target. Sometimes it just feels like your arrow just goes wherever it feels like. Personally, I would love to see either a better snap to target system or more options to customize your aim assist. Right now, it just feels like I'm fighting the controls more than the creatures. Of course, we cannot talk about quality of life changes without talking about ranging. Ranging still needs a bigger overhaul, but even before that happens, there are some bugs that really need attention. Sometimes you will just be riding your mount and the next thing you're slung into a different area for no reason. Other times, you'll just completely vanish off the screen and can't see your character at all. Or you'll be just jumping in place on top of your ranching animal for no reason. It completely breaks the relaxing feeling that ranching is supposed to have. Just fixing those bugs could make a huge difference. And the last thing on my list has to be the relics. Since the Miles and Paws event, I've noticed how easy it is to forget to switch your relic out when moving to areas. I have spent a lot of time exploring Elderwood, only to realize that I still had my Highlands relic equipped. I think there are a couple easy solutions to this. The game could automatically switch your relics based on the area that you're entering, or they could simply add a new relic slot so that players don't have to manually swap both of them. Either option would remove one more thing that players don't have to remember when exploring. At the end of the day, none of these changes are massive new features. These are simply just quality of life improvements. But those small improvements add up and can make the entire game feel better. So now, I want to hear from you. What is the one quality of life feature that you would like to see added to Palia the most? Let me know in the comment section below. As you know, I read and reply to all the comments that I can. And if you found this video helpful or you just enjoyed it, make sure to leave it a like and share it with all your friends, as it helps the channel to grow and I truly appreciate all of the support. And until next time, stay safe, stay cozy, but most importantly, have fun gaming.